Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a video on my 3 favorite crafting tools that I'm loving right now. And to start, I'm going to just show you my new Tim Holtz glass media mat right now. And this is it right here. And previously I had had a mat that I really liked. It was a mint colored mat, and I basically liked it because it matched my craft room. And this is a smaller version of it that I still keep on the side of my desk. But the issues I was having with kind of a softer mat was that I'm kind of a messy crafter, and so I would get a lot of adhesive and ink and everything on the mat, and then I'd find that it would transfer onto my projects. So I was watching some videos of some other people that had tried the media mat, and they had all recommended it and said how great it was for cleanup. And I thought that's kind of what I need. So I wasn't sure about the black of the mat, but then I had heard from another crafter that had said that it's actually easier on the eyes, and I wasn't sure what that meant until I actually put the mat down and tried using it, and it actually really is easier to see my projects as I'm working on them with the black background and the white grid lines. So I find that it is less straining on your eyes to have this darker color. And so the main thing I like about the mat is that it's easy to clean up. It's glass, and so you can wipe it clean, and if you want to ink blend directly on the mat, you can just do that, and it just you just take a paper towel and water and just wipe it off. So you can always start with a clean, fresh mat every time you come into your craft room to craft. And some other things that I really like about the mat are that I find myself using the white part. So it has this little, I'm not sure what it's called. It's like some kind of a soft mat that kind of peels away on top of the glass part. I know I'm not demonstrating this that well, but this mat right here is kind of meant for mixed media. You could do add adhesive to your projects, and the adhesive comes right off the mat. You could do some ink blending and stuff on this part as well. But what I found myself using this for was, since I'm on a couple of design teams, I need to do tutorials on the blogs. And so when I'm creating a project, I'll be making the card, and then as I'm going through the process, I can quickly just put the card off to the side, or put the part of the project off to the side that I'm working on, and take a quick picture with a white background. And it's actually very helpful to have that right here, where normally I would either have it on my craft mat, which ended up being really dirty, and I didn't want to have it show on the photos that way, or I would just take a piece of cardstock, white cardstock, and back the part of the project. It just seemed like an extra step that I had to take. So this is nice, just to quickly move my phone over, take a quick picture, and then go back to work on the black part of the mat. So that was one of the surprising things that I found myself using this mat for. So but another thing that is also really great, as I showed you, is that when I peeled this off, there is this extension of the glass that has the white background, and you can do watercolor on there. So I like to use the Distress Oxide inks or Distress inks to do some watercoloring. So you could just kind of put the inks right on the glass, do your thing, and then just wipe it clean. And it's great. It's just, that's one of the things I really like, is the easy cleanup. I like to have kind of a clean looking craft space, and that's what I liked about this mat. So I'll put a link below to some places that you can purchase it. But I've been really liking this. I've had it for a couple of months now, and I'm really glad I got it. The second tool that I'm really liking right now is the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. And I actually saw this on Laura Basson's, one of her videos. She was using it. She does a lot of ink blending and stenciling. And I had never seen this tool before, and I like to do a lot of stenciling, but my whole issue was that I'm always using a ton of Post-it tape to hold down my stencils as I'm blending the ink. So I either have this, or I have the big roll of Post-it tape, and I just felt like I was going through so much Post-it tape, and I never thought of anything. I've never thought of getting a tool like this before until I saw it on her channel. And it's basically just, it's like a smooth, it's like a metal grid mat. And it's got grid lines on it. And then it has 4 super strong magnets. And they're meant to hold your stencil in place and your paper while you ink blend. And I'll show you really quick. Let me just grab a stencil and I'll show you how I use it. So I just have this star stencil here and I'm going to put it over the top. And you can line up your paper, make sure everything's straight, and then you just put the stencil over it and make sure the stencil is straight with the grid lines, and then you just pop the magnets right on top of the stencil there. It holds the paper down and holds the stencil in place, and it holds it really well, so you don't really need any extra Post-it tape or anything. And then you just kind of do your thing with the ink blending. And if you just want to do something just, you know, in the middle of a piece of cardstock, you can just do it right here, or you can, you know, and it's nice too, because again, it's a clean, it wipes away any ink really easily, so you can go off the edge and you don't have to worry about getting your craft mat full of ink. So this is how it works. One of the many things you can do with it. But I love it for stenciling. It's been a great tool that I reach for a lot. So you just remove the magnets and you've got your stenciled image, and then you can move. It's nice too, because if you're masking with other stencils or layering with stencils, you can kind of move them around and have your magnets and not have to use tape. It makes the creative process very fast because you don't have to keep removing tape, putting it back on again, and that type of thing. The one thing I will say, I'm not sure what I did with this. I think I used some kind of an adhesive remover. I was trying to like get something off of this, and I ended up taking some of the white marks off of this tool. So don't do what I did. Just use soap and water. That's all you need to get the things off. I tend to like use sponges and things I probably shouldn't be using in my craft room, just because I always want to keep everything really clean. So hence getting the glass craft mat, because that's kind of changed everything for me, and it keeps everything clean and neat. So I don't need to use any abrasive sponges anymore. So that is the Make Art Station. And then the last thing that I've recently gotten, and I can't remember where I saw this. I think I was just kind of looking through, just kind of doing some online looking at different products, and I came across this glue sponge, and it's basically just a sponge that is saturated with glue, and you can kind of see it on the bottom here through the package. And what it does is you can use it for, there's probably use it for a lot of different things, but what I like to use it for is the really thin die cuts. So these really delicate looking die cuts like this. And now you could use, there's a lot of different types of adhesive you could use with this, but if you're looking for something really quick, I find the glue sponge has been really helpful. So, so you can see the glue is like right, kind of, it sort of settles to the bottom. So to get it started, you can kind of push down a little bit. That's what I like to do, just to kind of get the glue moving towards the top. And it's not super sticky, and you don't feel like it's going to actually adhere, but it adheres so well. I've used it on a few projects where I've used these really delicate die cuts, and they stick. So it's a really effective glue. So all you do is you just stick whatever you're going to glue right into the top of the sponge here. I like to kind of push down a little bit. And if you get some glue on the top of the die cut, it's not a big deal, because it totally wipes away and it dries clear, so you don't have any of that, any like weird fogginess or anything like that. And it doesn't have a weird smell or anything like that. It doesn't smell like anything, the glue. So, and then you can just take your die cut and you just put it wherever you want to stick it. I do recommend kind of like pushing down and then maybe putting like a book or something on top of the die cut, just to kind of make sure that it stays. But like I said, it adheres really well. So I'm just gonna, this is very delicate, and my finger is sticking here, but you get the idea. So I just kind of like push down a little bit. And then, like I said, just kind of set it off to the side with like something heavy on top, like some papers or a book or something. And then it dries really well. So, so again, it's just called the glue sponge. So its name is exactly what it is. It's just a glue sponge. And, I really like it. So if you have any questions about any of the products I've used, feel free to leave me a comment below and I can tell you more about it. This was just a quick video to kind of show you what I've been liking right now. And as we get into kind of more of the holiday season of creating and stuff, I like to have a lot of effective tools on hand to help me make my crafting go faster and to work as efficiently as I can. So thank you so much for joining me today. And you can head over to my blog to see some more of my most recent projects. And I hope you have a great day.